Hey everyone, my name's Amanda and I'm the Fun Size Reader, and today I want to talk to you about Mile High by Liz Tomforde. Oh, shocker. Amanda read another hockey romance. Ooh, yeah. Of course, this one was kind of viral. I feel like I saw it all over the place, so I had to read it. I love me a hockey romance. This book specifically is kind of like the title describes it. It is about a girl who is a flight attendant, and she gets a job on a private jet working for a hockey team, where she basically goes on the road with them and is the flight attendant for their flights as they travel all over for their games. In doing this, she meets all the team, and one player in particular catches her attention. They kind of really butt heads, but it's in a love to hate each other kind of way. Before I get into the star ratings and all of that, it's kind of hard to give the synopsis that I just gave for this book, because this is one of those books that is just kind of about the romance and about just like the day-to-day life and experiences of the characters in the romance without having a really specific overarching plot. So know that going into it. It is a little bit longer, and it kind of is just about the characters and having interactions between them and the romance between them, and, kind of growing through different challenges in their lives throughout the book versus something that's very plot heavy. Okay, so romance is the plot of this book. That being said, I gave this one 4 stars. I really liked the book, but I didn't at first. I almost put it down because I personally didn't really care for either of the characters when I first started reading it. I didn't like Stevie and I didn't like Xander's. So I was like, if I don't like either of the main characters, I just did not feel them in the beginning. I was like, what's the point in reading the romance of them? But everybody seemed to like this book so much. So I kind of just pushed through and I kept reading, and it did get better. I do feel like you just kind of got to know the characters a little bit more and things shifted. And maybe that was the entire purpose, was because they kind of had this butting heads with each other, first impression, didn't like each other type of relationship. And I also, as the reader, had that with them. Was it intentional? I don't know. Maybe it was. But that was my experience, was I did not necessarily like the book at first. As it went on, I grew to like it. I grew to like the characters. Like I said, it was a day-to-day interaction, learning about the characters, seeing the character growth type book. So I did like that I got to see that. Spice rating on this one is high. This was a spicy book. I would give this one, based on my scale. Remember, everything I do is based on my spice scale. I gave this one a 4. There were some things in the scenes that I was like, okay, that it kicks it up to be a 4. So just be aware of that. There were quite a few scenes in this book that I thought were very, very sweet. Part of me really wanted the romance book of a different couple in the book, and I didn't think that existed. I could totally be wrong, and if it does exist, I really want to read it, because there was another couple that played a huge part in the book that I was like, I want to read how they got together. Please give me that story. And they had a family and all of that, and I just loved them so much. I wanted to read more of them. That was a nice little surprise in reading this book. And Liz, is there another one? Does anybody know if there's the story of his best friend's couple? I don't know. I guess I have to search a little bit harder for that. But I loved them, and I loved their family, and I love how they interacted with Xander's, because I feel like the scenes where Xander's interacted with his nieces really gave us an insight into his character, and the Halloween scenes. It was just so cute. It was so cute. It made me really fall in love with him. But again, like I said, it took a little bit to get me there. There's also an entire subplot line of dog rescuing in this book. So if that is something that makes you very emotional, or if that's something that you're passionate about, Just a fair warning that that is heavily woven into the character interactions in this book. Like I said, if dog rescues, elder dogs, those kinds of things are upsetting for you, that is something to know going into this one. It's prevalent. Overall, I really liked the book, and I do want to read more of the series. I just haven't gotten to the next one yet. I think the next one follows Stevie's brother, who's a basketball player, not a hockey player. So it's slightly different. So we'll see. I don't think I've ever read a basketball romance. Have I? I don't know. I don't think so. I've read football, I've read hockey. Is that it? Are those the only two sports? I've read baseball. I don't remember a basketball. So that might be my first. I read this book on Kindle Unlimited. I'm not sure if it is still there, but as always, I will put the link down in the description below. If you like reading fantasy and romance, I post reviews on my channel every week, so make sure to like and subscribe if you want to be notified when I post videos. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and talking about Mile High. I'll see you guys next time.